Ever wonder if you could build a whole world, an entire universe, just using your mind? I don't mean just daydreaming. I mean actually constructing it with these incredible, breathtaking details, all from a blueprint that was written down centuries ago. Well, today, we are diving into an ancient, guided meditation that does exactly that.
Right? That's the big question, isn't it? And the text we're looking at, it's not just some abstract philosophical idea. It's literally a set of instructions, a step-by-step guide. It's a journey that kicks off with the simplest possible concept and ends up with a cosmos just bursting with light, sound, and a really profound meaning. So, let's get building.
Okay, so every big construction project has to start somewhere, right? You need a foundation. And for this mental universe, that journey starts with one of the most basic elements there is: water.
The instructions are super clear on this. First thing, you have to imagine the whole world to the west as just one enormous body of water. But it's not some stormy ocean. Nope, this water is perfectly clear, completely still. And you have to hold that image in your mind with absolute focus, not letting your thoughts drift at all.
And now, this is where the magic, the real alchemy begins. Once you've got that image of the water locked in, you visualize it freezing solid. It becomes this huge sheet of brilliant, see-through ice. And then, for the final step, that ice transforms into a ground of pure lapis lazuli, so clear you can see right through it. You just turn liquid into solid, something formless into something with a definite form.
So we've got this incredible, transparent jewel ground stretching out as far as the eye can see. But wait, if it's transparent, what's holding it up? This is where the world building gets really, really cool.
I mean, it's a fair question, right? A floating floor made of a giant gemstone needs some kind of support. And let me tell you, the architects of this mental world, they designed something that is just beyond belief.
Okay, check this out. This is the blueprint for the pillars holding it all up. They're described as these massive columns made of diamond and what are called 7 jewels. Each pillar is perfectly symmetrical, with 8 sides. But get this, each one of those 8 sides is made of 100 different, unique gems. This isn't just a support beam, it's an unbelievably intricate piece of art that's holding up the entire world.
So you see, the really crucial thing here is that even the parts of this world you might not even see at first glance are visualized with this insane level of detail. The foundation is just as beautiful and complex as the surface itself. Every single detail here is on purpose.
All right, let's move on to the next phase of construction. Because all those jewels we just imagined, they aren't just for decoration. They have a really important job. They are the engine that's about to light up this whole universe. Remember all those hundreds and thousands of gems making up the pillars? Well, the text says that from each and every one of them, a powerful light just starts to pour out. They're not just reflecting light, they are literally creating it. This is the sunrise of our brand new world.
And to give you an idea of the scale we're dealing with here, the light that's streaming from these jewels, it's not just white or yellow. Every single ray of light splits into 84,000 distinct colors. I mean, can you even begin to wrap your head around a spectrum that huge? It's a number that's clearly meant to describe something way beyond our everyday experience.
The text itself uses this incredible metaphor to even try to capture the intensity of it all. The light coming from these jewels is so bright, so powerful, it's like 1 billion suns are all shining at once. The entire lapis lazuli ground is just bathed in this brilliant light from below.
Now let's go back up to the surface. This beautiful lapis ground is now decorated with a crisscrossing web of golden ropes, making this huge, perfect grid. The edges of the world are marked by lines of 7 more types of jewels. And, of course, these also shoot out their own light. 500 colors each that just float up into the sky like little flowers or stars. And this is where things get truly wild. Those little points of light that are floating in the air, they're not just for decoration. They start to come together. They gather and clump, and the light itself actually solidifies, forming these immense structures that just hang there, suspended in the sky above the ground.
So what does light build? Well, first, there are these huge platforms made of pure light. On top of those, tens of millions of pavilions appear, each one built from 100 different kinds of jewels. And then, decorating everything are 100 billion flower banners. The scale is it's astronomical. We've gone from a flat surface to a whole 3-dimensional world filled with architecture literally made of light.
Okay, our world has a foundation, it has structure, it's filled with light, but it's completely silent. So, This final layer of the contemplation brings in sound, and with that sound comes the ultimate point of this entire exercise.
Now, this sound doesn't just come out of nowhere. Just like everything else we've seen, it grows organically from the elements we've already put in place. It's a natural part of this little cosmos we've built.
So here's how it works. From all that radiant life, 8 kinds of pure winds start to blow. And as these winds move through the world, they pass over all these musical instruments that are part of the jeweled decorations. And when they do, this incredible celestial music fills the air. But listen, this isn't just any music.
And here it is. This is the big reveal. The symphony that's playing throughout this perfect, beautiful, jeweled world, it isn't singing about how great and perfect everything is. It's constantly preaching, constantly teaching the core truths of Buddhist philosophy.
These are the fundamental ideas that the music is teaching, that all life has an element of struggle, that nothing is a fixed, separate identity, that everything is always changing, and that there's no permanent, unchanging self at the heart of our being. And here's the kicker. The entire perfect, magnificent world was built for one reason, to help the person meditating truly get these ideas.
And that, right there, is the key takeaway. You build this unbelievably perfect world not to get away from reality, but to understand it on a much deeper level. By creating a universe of pure light and jewels, and then hearing it sing about how nothing lasts forever, you learn that even the most perfect thing imaginable is still subject to these basic laws. It's a classroom for your mind.
So how in the world does someone actually do this? Well, the text finishes up with a very clear, final instruction on what separates doing this practice correctly from, well, not.
The text defines what it calls correct contemplation as seeing every last detail with absolute clarity, so clear that the image is still there whether your eyes are open or closed. The person meditating is supposed to hold this vision all the time, only taking a break to eat. Anything less than that is considered incorrect contemplation. It's a practice that requires a level of focus that is just almost unimaginable.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. The whole point of building this flawless, eternal-seeming universe is to realize that nothing is permanent. So if a world made of diamond, jewels, and pure light is fundamentally impermanent and empty, what does that say about our world, the one made of flesh and wood and stone that we live in every single day?